Hello? Oh my gosh, wait, let me see. Oh. The background music is so loud already. Let me just mute that briefly. While I still make sure everything gets set up. Ava with the number 1! I feel like you always consistently get number 1 somehow. Do you just wait here before I do? Hello! Hi Avery! Hello, hello! Oh my gosh, I'm so like dead and tired. I don't know, it's been a little apparent in my previous tweets / cancellations, but it's been kind of a tough week. So I've been trying to distract myself. Ah ha ha ha! Nonya! Hello, welcome, welcome. So I've been just trying to I guess distract myself and be productive still, despite how I feel. So literally, I'm a little late right now. Like I'm still trying to set out my tweets and stuff, and I'm like out of breath. But it's because I went out for another mile run, like right after work. I ran out for a run in between like ending work and stream. So I'm like, but it is what it is. The Chronicles continues. I'm writing up my tweet. Anyways, yeah, so I'm trying to be productive despite feeling like garbanzo beans these days. It's truly the no source stream. What do you mean? It's still July. I'm still streaming. Get some water. I do have water. Don't worry. I already drank some water. I don't want to drink too much water because, you know, obviously I don't want to feel sick. But I have drank water. Thank you so much. Okay. Are we ready? It's been a while since we played the Great Ace Attorney. I feel like it's been about maybe 2 weeks, maybe even 3. But let's continue and get myself that not guilty verdict. Why don't we? Let's do this. Okay. Here we go. Let's continue. Whoop. Drink water to not get sick, but also don't drink. It's all about quantity. Okay. We left off right at that autosave, so we will continue there. Blah, blah, blah. From there. 22nd November, 11:38 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendants Antechamber 5. Let's see if I remember the voices for everybody. They might end up just sounding completely different too. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. That was superb. Ugh, my heart was in my mouth the entire time. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there, you were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you'd start finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it, it's terrifying. If I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again. Bro just jinxed it for himself. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your phantom lady at last. Miss Jezile Brett. A student from Great Britain, is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. He jinxed his whole generation. He really did. From this moment forward. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along. Yes, you have, haven't you? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I am sure of. Yes, I can see that. So, oh, I did a wrong voice, huh? That was Ryunosuke saying that? My power of observation. Yes, I can see that. So about this young gentlewoman. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened with that? No, I didn't see any of it. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself. Then on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor. And just after I bent down and picked it up, bang! The woman! I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from. The waiter ran over to me looking as white as a sheet. And he bundled me into some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. Fast thinking by the detective. Detective! He apprehended his suspect without a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what happened outside in the dining area. Ah, there you are. Well done, both of you. Oh, it's gonna be... Yeah. Shoot, what voice did I give him? I don't remember what voice I gave this dude. Professor Mikotoba. Well, it seems I was right. I'm just gonna give him a, like, lower voice. I don't know. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You've exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Yes, it seems you planned this from the start. I don't remember either. I arrived late. It's okay. Clearly, he's not a relevant character. You arranged things so I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial. Our modern country is still in its infancy, our justice system even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest stars overseas to learn all that I can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise, if I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst crisis of his life, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway. What? What are you saying, Kazuma? So that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel that way. Kazuma! Well then, it looks like it all comes down to you, young man. To me? Yes, you need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA. And it was I who invited him. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. Battle? Le Gasp, a woman. Hello, Rain. Their biggest mistake in the very beginning, collaborating with the Brits. F for all the British people. Don't worry, they're probably asleep, right? The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget who we're up against. Who we're going up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement with our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide. Exclamation mark. Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case. But I've got no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight right to the last. Best of luck. Thank you. Now then. Maybe, but they better stay for... Only Americans here or something? What's up with that? I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think we may need. Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. Oh, she's so pretty. Defendant Naruhodo. Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow. Before those old fossils knows what's hit them. I'm gonna say Mikotoba is the one who set up John Wilson and hired a woman. Hey yo! Conspiracy. Kazuma? What? Thank you, really. What for? Well, if you hadn't said you believed in me, then I'm fairly sure I'd already have been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer and as a friend. Coming from you, that means a lot. If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really gonna give up his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. But what difference does that make? If anything, I would think he should go to school overseas so a case like this never happens again, you know? In the case that Ryunosuke was actually found guilty, we all know he wasn't the criminal, so it's like an unjust justice system that resulted in a unright, you know, verdict. So I would say go overseas so you can learn more and learn better so this doesn't happen again. What type of like, because I wasn't good enough, I don't deserve to go overseas? It's like, you should, so this doesn't happen again. I don't know, I feel like Kazuma's logic is just like a little bit flawed. Just a tad bit yeah, it's a bit, yeah, feeling BL. I feel like everyone is feeling a BL with these two. If Ryunosuke gets jailed, Kazuma should go reopen the case. No, that's what I mean. Like, he can do something about it, no? Is that just impossible? I don't know. It seemed a little counterintuitive to me, if I was to be honest. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street. Or they just want to stay together. If you're not going anywhere, I'm not going anywhere kind of moment. With an extra large portion, of course. November 12:09 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Aochi, have you managed to subpoena the witness? Yes, Your Excellency. Against all odds. I remember his voice. I'll never forget his voice. And thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government. Ugh, sorry. Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about. It's highly unlikely that the good relations we've forged with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when a new treaty breaks down in our nation's founders? Again, terribly sorry. I remembered his voice. Of course I remembered his voice, Ava. If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. You really have nothing to worry about, Ryunosuke. What do you mean? A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions, a bungled investigation, missing witnesses. Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is this the Supreme Court of Japan or of England? Shut up! Shut up, you jumped up brookie boy! You and your friend know nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. By aligning yourself with this great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures. I won't deny that I'm no expert. I'm just a student, and one who could arguably study harder too. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there is one thing that I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. Well said, Ryunosuke, despite the wide-eyed look of terror. You little brat! Thank you, counsel. What voice did I give him? I gave him a grandpa voice, right? Thank you, counsel. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness taking the stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Hazel Brett. Yes. Your Excellency! Bro, she has a swan on her head.
Wow, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land!
Tea! Someone bring English tea! In England, no discussions take place without tea! Is that true? Gotta change your name to Sora VA. So instead of Sora VT, it's Sora VA. Mommy, hello, Ava! No idea.
So, could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court?
Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I have been working undercover as the head waiter at La Carnival.
Yes, we know all about you already.
Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? In England, it's always ladies first. Is that true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are the one thing you're sure of. Oh yes, I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman. Sorry, Inosuke, but powers of observation aside, your power of description are sorely lacking. Guilty.
So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please.
Well, that's not Japanese. I don't even think that's English. Also, is she allowed to cover her face and ow! Equinox! Hello, welcome! Is she allowed to cover her face like that in the courtroom?
I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but... What?
How do you speak in cursive? I know the question mark. This one is definitely a question mark at least. The lady says her name is Giselle Brett. She comes from London, England. She's a visiting research student, currently enrolled in UMA University's medical faculty.
Oh my, what a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of a delightful language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird's song.
As far as I can tell, the detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Yes, I agree. Haha, you obviously do find in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it? Nor you. You've clearly been paying attention in your English classes, Ryonosuke.
Poor thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett. 3 days ago, at a restaurant called La Carnival, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct?
She says yes. This could take some time. So even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese? She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. I can make sure the detective just ain't making... Oh, the good thing is Ryonosuke and Kazuma both know English, and they know enough to know that the detective isn't just BSing everybody. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately. What? A murder just occurred and she was like, sorry, I got a presentation to give. I can't get a, B or a C on this just because of a murder. I love making shit up while in court. Hey, yo! They are whispering, that is true. And interesting when you're the one who engineered her escape. I was just following special orders from the Bureau.
Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind to cast your eyes upon... I'm rewriting the script. Cast your eyes over this photographic print. Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps?
Apparently, it was a very frightening and sorrowful sight.
Do you mean to say?
Yes, it would appear that the lady did witness the crime. The very moment when the accused, standing right there in this courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood.
Order! Order in the court!
That's what I did back in 2012. I don't want to ask Canonia. I don't want to know. That's why she hides her appearance. Just some random junkie?
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Now we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement.
Well, it looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is.
Ding. Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify, if you please.
I don't know how to speak English.
Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described.
Don't assume it's true, ayo.
Not again.
A frightening and sorrowful sight. Oh, this is gonna take 7 years. Holy snap, this testimony. I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only, a beef steak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor and they got into a fierce argument. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. Nor does Ryunosuke. He took the professor's gun, according to her. She could have done the same. No, I didn't have any argument. I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor at all.
Objection! Objection! Quiet, you filthy wretch! Look at you black-hearted blackguard, and look at the Snow White angel!
Hey yo, is it talking about me?
I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court is going to believe!
Ugh. You're still making the same mistakes, Ryunosuke. You mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn. Don't assume. It's Ryunosuke assuming, it's not me. Ugh, but it's so annoying. It's like, children, stop fighting with each other. But mom, you know, John is so annoying. John. Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from this lady and 2 witnesses who testified before, and reported back to the Bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go. How does that work? The testimonies of the last 2 witnesses were completely worthless, however. Well, even so, the judge ain't... What do you mean the judge ain't my mom? Don't assume, Ava! On the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit as she is today. As you can see, there is nowhere about her person where she could conceal a firearm. I would think she can conceal... Like, she could hide a gun almost anywhere in the outfit if she wanted to. No, seriously, like in the hat?
Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden a weapon can be shown, this is moot.
There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. Those are the witness's own words on the matter. Arg, that's ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift up per... Yes, keep that thought to yourself, Ryonosuke. Don't think about doing anything rash, Ryonosuke. What the heck was that, bro? But I didn't fire the gun I picked up. There must have been another gun there that day. You're right about that, which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere. Bold, Ryonosuke. Bold and just a little bit foolish. Let's be real. Yes, that's what we have to prove now. And to do so, we will need to pull her testimony apart. Yo, she smiled.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Yeah, like she went from like 2. She like did a little smirk. They clearly didn't investigate the crime scene well enough, Ava, considering that they were like, hey, let's just shuffle all the British people away because this will be very bad for Japan if, you know, it looked like that. A frightening and sorrowful sight. Okay, we already read out this, so we don't have to read it again. But let's press him.
Yes!
After 2 p.m., in fact. That's really quite a late lunch, isn't it? Why are you being judgmental, bro?
You don't keep up with the latest fashions for Britain, do you? And luncheons are en vogue. Isn't that right?
No! That's not even him. She just says, no, you're wrong. A decisive English no has quite a sting to it. The gentlewoman is currently working in the victim's research laboratory, it seems. So it was apparently a daily occurrence that they would have lunch together. Oh, Jesus me. Hey, yo. If Brits killing Brits, shouldn't it be their problem? It would be their problem, except they're doing it on Japanese land, right? But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment at the clinic first. Yes, which we can prove from the medical report card that was submitted as evidence earlier. That's right. Miss Brett and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late.
Yes, that all makes perfect sense. Such wonderful logic. What a shining example of the English intelligence this fine gentlewoman is.
So you both arrived at the restaurant. What happened next? The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only, a beef steak. Okay, I don't see any issue there. After a while, a fierce argument, let's press that.
Yes!
I never got into an argument with the professor. All I did when I noticed him was go over and say hello. Please, don't get angry with me. No, I wasn't directing that retort at you. It was meant for the lady next to you. But anyway, as I said, I did not argue with the professor. I'm afraid your words are in vain. Sorry? Miss Brett does not appear to speak Japanese.
No, of course not. Japanese is such a cumbersome language anyway. English is the future. We must all speak English.
Are you serious?
Speak
English? I'm gonna start crying. I wonder if the prosecution will feel that way forever, or only in the presence of a beautiful woman. I'm telling you, oh Jesus, racist. Oh God. Well, that beautiful woman is telling blatant lies with a completely straight face. I have to find something that will unravel her testimony, no matter how seemingly insignificant it may be. Anyway, it seems that after the argument, the accused briefly returned to his own seat. That part ties in with what you said, doesn't it? Yes, I still had some coffee to drink. The next time you got up after that was when I finished my coffee and stood up to leave. And not long after, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes.
Yes!
Press that. Like I said, I did not shoot that gun. And like I said, there's no point in repeating that assertion over and over. Well, I wasn't expecting to be attacked by my own side.
Nevertheless, defendant, you can't deny that when the shot rang out in the restaurant, you had a gun in your hand.
Well, yes, that's true, but all I did was pick up the gun I saw on the floor next to the professor as I was leaving the restaurant. Hello, Sunny! Welcome, welcome! In fact, yes! There was someone much closer to the victim than me at the time. The highly suspicious lady in the
Objection! That will do, you dirty, rotten scoundrel!
Dirty?
Your baseless accusations could very well call us an international incident, boy!
It seems to me that your accusation is just as baseless as ours.
Tish! What nonsense!
The lady is merely stating what she saw. Oh my god, look at her smile! She's smiley eyes! And this is already an international incident as far as I'm concerned anyway. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. Is press only?
Yes!
It's all very well saying that, but can you prove it? Absolutely, I verified it personally. You verified it? Yes, immediately after the incident, I checked to make sure the lady was not carrying a weapon. I distinctly remember her saying, "I'm not." That's all you did? You just asked her? Surely you carried out a physical search, Inspector. No. Why on earth not?
An honorable English gentlewoman clearly stated that she did not possess a weapon. There was obviously no need for further probing into the matter.
The lady has an entire goose for a hat. I know, it's an actual bird. Or there was no permission given for any further probing into the matter, perhaps.
Think what you will, but if you're going to continue with this preposterous claim that the refined lady was concealing a firearm, the prosecution demands that you support your assertions with facts.
In other words, he wants evidence. Okay, so I think this is my hint that my evidence that I will need to get is one that proves that she was able to conceal a weapon. I've conducted an investigation upon myself, found no wrongdoing because I conducted an investigation of which I said, do you have a weapon? No. Good enough for me. Yo, hello Tsukuyomi, welcome, welcome. Ugh. Wrong voice. I got so used to using Aochi's voice. The lady wishes to point out that of course she wanted to stay and assist with the investigation, but she was in a hurry to give a presentation at the university, so she was compelled to leave. Yes, because giving a presentation completely outweighs the severity of a murder case. Just because they don't carry or own a gun doesn't mean they currently doesn't have. That's the thing, right? Like legally they might not have one, but that doesn't mean they can't. Not to mention the fact that your office had told you to get the woman out of there. Not get her out of there, I just urged her to leave. The lady would like to point out that she in no way meant to run away from the scene of the crime. Which is why she is only too happy to cooperate and testify here in court today, of course.
Unlike a certain student who refuses to admit when the game is up. You could at least have the courtesy to pay attention when I'm goading you.
He admits to goading me. So she's maintaining that you got in an argument with the professor, at the end of which you shot him. Which is an out-and-out, totally unfounded lie. Still, her statement is very compelling. After all, she's an elegant, refined, young and beautiful gentlewoman from Great Britain. In stark contrast to you, dressed from head to toe in a dull black school uniform. I'm dressed exactly the same way you are, except for the flapping red ribbons. Well, anyway, this is our only chance to expose her testimony as the fiction that it is. If we can't do that, then the trial's over. Even you with your thick skin must be able to feel that the murderous looks you're getting from around the room. Only too well. I feel half dead already. They're getting swayed by the appearance. Exactly! They're judging a book by its cover! And the fact that I can't see a single inconsistency in her testimony isn't making me feel any better either. The first thing to do is to press her on any statement that seems even slightly off to you. Do that and an opening will present itself, I promise you. I need to expose the true face of this exotic foreigner that's hiding behind the mask. That's what I should be aiming for in this cross-examination. Okay, so there's actually one statement we didn't press. This one. So let's press it.
Yes!
He was unable to eat, you say. And that was because he had just had a tooth removed at the Hoda Clinic, correct? That's right. You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering. Was Miss Brett aware of the fact? Luncheon meat, beef steak. I think they mean it's the same thing, because luncheon is like a fancy lunch, apparently. It seems so, yes. She's heard the professor was to have some dental treatment. So that would mean that it was you who ate the steak pictured here. Is that right, Miss Brett? That is right, yes. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying events. Exactly as it was left?
Mommy, what a harrowing experience! You have traveled to a distant island on the far side of the world and be embroiled in such a tragic incident. Have no fear, my dear lady. I swear I will crush the evil fiend that has subjected you to this terrible plight.
So the victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink at all. That's right, other than some carbonated water. Just water. Yes, the professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. It appears that the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water each. They each raised a glass of carbonated water. What do you think, Ryunosuke, about the witness's last statement? Oh, this is why they wanted me to press everything. So this is something I'll need to add to the testimony. So it is very meaningful. Meaningful. That last statement of yours, Miss Brett, has a profound bearing on this case. Oh, hello, Fleece! But there's wine. There is wine too. Thank you for the water break and the posture check. Ugh. Okay, sitting up. And drinking some water. Ow, I hit my leg.
Wow, how fascinating. Do tell us, what is this profound bearing?
... The significance of the statements will become apparent when the time is right. The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony.
Well sidestepped, counsel. Very well, Miss Brett. Kindly repeat what you just said to be added to your official testimony.
Gladly, she said. That was brilliant, Kazuma. I'm going to remember that one. Which one? The significance will become apparent when the time is right. I could really use that phrase. I'd hope there are some more useful tips you're picking up from this experience than that, Ryunosuke. It said cheers over a glass of carbonated water. Okay, it's not options. Let's look at present. Let's look at this glass. Examine. So the issue here is that there's only one glass. I don't know if I have to press on the statement as well, but there's only one. Carbonated water is great. It is great! Oh my gosh, I used to have the SodaStream machine to carbonate my own water. Okay, so I think this is what we'll have to present there, because there's only one glass.
Yes!
His face! That's it! Dang it, mobile. Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. That it was exactly as it was left. That is correct, the lady says. Well, it's odd, very odd.
Naomi, what's odd is the defense's inability to express itself.
Ugh. Yonosuke, what is it about the print that looks odd to you?
Well, obviously, it's the chairs.
Oh, I keep giving the wrong voice to people because I'm so used to doing Aochi's voice.
The chairs?
Miss Brett just told us that she and the professor said cheers over a glass of water. Call you out for Sora. What, you don't like carbonated water? I love sparkling water, Ava. No way. But if that's true, there should be 2 glasses on the table, not 1.
Ah! You're quite right, Counselor. There's only 1 glass picture in here. Objection! Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over minutiae? What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case?
Objection!
Minutiae, you say? Could it be that the detective here removed the glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence? Of course not. I would never do something so reckless. But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Or are you going to try to tell me you can clink with only 1? You're quite right. I certainly took 2 glasses to the table.
Inspector, what did the lady say?
It would seem that it was Miss Brett who took the glass from the table. What? It was all so terrifying. Everything that happened. I panicked and I thought that I should try to hide the fact that I'd been there at all, she's saying. Good gracious! Bro, tampering with the crime scene! Sorry! Please.
We must remember that this student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who could blame her for concealing a glass or 2 in her state of disarray?
Bro, that's absurd.
Oh, really? So do we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable, young, and beautiful woman of mischief?
What? No. This can't be put down to mischief. It is absurd. That's the best she can say. Sorry. She pleads, oopsie daisy. I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene. It would seem that she slipped it in a small handbag she was carrying. She can have a gun in a handbag! A handbag, you say? Yes, Your Excellency. A small, handheld pouch commonly carried by the well-to-do women in England.
So, the beautiful lady has very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains that this glass has absolutely no bearing on the case. This student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end, it comes to nothing. No more pretentious accusations. You've wasted enough time already.
Silence, Your Honor, you wasn't even there. Where's the handbag? There's so many questions.
Indeed, the lady has offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed the glass. Is that really?
I think henceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case. Counsel for the defense, are you in agreement? Well, I don't know really. If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show that it has some deeper significance. Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. If there's a deeper significance there, it's... Okay. Is there any significance to the glass? Handbag? Glass? Handbag? Glass? It's handbag, right? Because they're like, oh, she could have never been carrying a weapon, but like, if she had a handbag, she could definitely conceal a weapon in there. Removing or even getting glass is more incriminating. That's what I mean. I want to hide from the court. It's perfectly reasonable, says the court. Don't worry, guys. This is like long time, old century Japan. I don't think the logic was fully refined quite yet. And they're quite blindsided from the fact that it's like, oh, a British woman. Okay, let's say the handbag. Wait, the lady put the glass in her handbag, you say?
Yes, don't try to keep up. Already it's been explained to the court that all English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items.
Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Brett stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. But what if she forgot to mention was her handbag? In which it would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun.
You're right.
Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that too.
What are you insinuating, you vile blackguard?
It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire that gun, we can deduce there must have been another firearm at the scene. True murder weapon, if you will.
You can't be seriously suggesting.
If someone commits a crime in this era, would go willingly, freely on a rampage? Yup. Probably. Probably a lot you can get away with. Try to keep up is a crazy... Try to keep up! Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Did you or did you not search Miss Giselle Brett's handbag on the day of the murder? No, sir, I did not. As I thought. In other words, another gun, the one that was actually used to kill the professor, could have been hidden in Mrs. Brett's handbag. Order! 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 Finally, we're getting somewhere. For real!
What is the meaning of this, Inspector?
The meaning of what? Prosecutor Ouchie.
Leonard, did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the contents at the time? Thanks to your bungling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations.
Brilliant work, partner. Ouchie's a tier 3 sub to Miss Brett. Facts. Took an eon to finally get past this breaking point. Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. Do you think so, Kazuma? Well, what a sorry situation. Clearly, you have no faith in the police. Took it. As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting, simply because it was unnecessary. Ayo? Unnecessary in what way? I'm calling it that is not the real Mrs. Brett. I have to thank the student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence here that I had completely forgotten about. This photographic print. How do you forget about a vital image like a photographic print? This print is of a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting. As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag. Well, I never. You can see right through what's inside. That's right. Apparently, meshwork bags like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment.
room, so the contents are clearly visible.
Exactly. So there was no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. Arg. As you can see, there is nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. Thank you for helping prove that, Naruhodo-san. They both smiled the same way. Brother put up his glasses like he was the protagonist. Forgot what game he's in. Ugh. Ugh.
Order! Order! Inspector Hosonaga, you will submit that print as evidence at once.
Certainly, Your Excellency. The photograph of the handbag has been entered into the court record.
I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness, counsel.
Picture can always been taken after. It could have been planned. It could have been planned. Who is to say that really is the first picture taken at the crime scene? The court has now been shown considerable evidence. As the photographic print just submitted into the court record appears to have no further significance.
I am satisfied there is no longer for any room of doubt in this matter,
and I must make my real— Oh my god, am I dead?
Indeed, and there is only one logical conclusion. That the pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us is the only possible perpetrator of this crime.
It could have been tampered. It really could have. Oh, hello, Hana. Welcome. Good evening. No. Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around. I'm in a worse situation than I was at the start. Oh, well, looks like Kazuma is not going to England. Kazuma? Are you accusing villains here? We're trying to not be the accused, but we are. I'm sorry, Inosuke. Now that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force this trial to continue. My bro is giving up. My bro is not going to England. What? You mean this is it? Naruhodo. That is me. Naruhodo. Ganbatte, ma'am. I'm gonna need it.
I must say, you put up quite a fight. For a rookie student, with the weak are meat, while the strong eat. You're wasting your time. There is no way to defeat true justice. A fact you can chew on your heart's content from the inside of your cell.
This can't be happening. Am I really going to be found guilty of a crime that I didn't commit? And Kazuma, his dream of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. Kazuma, what? Is there really no chance now of turning this trial around? You heard the judge. There's nothing about that last photograph that the detective produced that we can contest, which means there's no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue.
Very well. I will now proceed immediately to the ruling.
Oh, it's over. It's so over. What if Kazuma set up Runosuke so he doesn't have to go to England? Hey, yo, to stay with his boy. That's crazy. Also, I didn't read that part. Shoot. Not here. History.
It seems we'll be able to report to the British government on time after all.
That smug little.
Runosuke Naruhodo, having considered all the evidence placed before me, I hereby find you.
Wait, Your Excellency. Hey, yo. Runosuke? I don't think you can rule on this case yet.
Objection!
This amateurishness is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems that the trial is over, he gives his ruling. That is the most basic protocol of the courtroom.
Yes!
Yes, but no. There's a mark on the hand of John Wilson. Hey, yo. Your Excellency. Oop, I clicked too fast. I keep forgetting right click is going through it too. Just a moment ago, you said this. As the photographic print just submitted appears to have no further significance, there is no longer for any room of doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. I read that wrong. No, that means that if there was a problem with the evidence, some significant detail, I mean. then the ruling on the case at this time would be out of the question.
Objection!
Objection! This is a plain straw clutching. Look at this photographic print. All it shows is the handbag the gentlewoman was carrying on the day in the question. There can be no problem with this evidence.
Unless, you better know what you're doing, Ryunosuke.
I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly, the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone the court scrutiny.
Oh, you are. Oh, I see what you mean, Ava. The mark. Oh, however, I fail to see how he can glean any new information from this handbag. What the? He has like a ox, like mark on his hand.
My thoughts exactly. Really, the prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie's desperate wheezes.
Yes, I am desperate, but this isn't a wheeze. There's something about this photograph which just doesn't seem right. If only I could put my finger on it. How can you not see that in the beginning? Look at this photograph! It was the first thing I noticed, bro. All I saw was the glass.
Very well, I will grant the defense one final opportunity.
Pog!
What?
But be warned that if I am unsatisfied by your response here, the trial will be over with immediate effect. Oh God. Do I make myself clear? You make yourself very clear, Mr. Judge. Yes, Your Excellency.
So take another look at this photographic print Inspector Hosonaga submitted before. You will identify for the court where in this print we see the significant detail to which you have alluded. It will be this mark. Present.
Yes!
What the heck is that? Look at this here. There is a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist.
That is true.
It looks almost like a burn of some description. Ooh, Miss Lady is getting shooken. Bro, Judge looks like he's ready to smash Ryunosuke's balls.
Objection!
Yami, I was wondering what new piffle you had come up with. A burn, you say, on the victim's wrist? Clearly that has nothing whatsoever to do with the magnificent lady's handbag.
Yes, that is a burn mark. You are right. 39 centimeters diameter. 79. Why do I feel like I'm always going to have the smallest balls somehow?
Hold on, Inspector.
The police coroner also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report.
What can I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this burn, do we? No possible way of knowing either. The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the curious shape of this mark. However, as Prosecutor Aochi points out, unless a firm connection to the case can be shown...
Oh, hello, world class. Help? What do you need help with?
I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the precise details of this burn.
Oh, why do I feel like Lady is gonna bounce?
Excuse me, Your Excellency. You'll see Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the dean and so...
She's about to bounce! Oh, hello? It says help? I thought you needed help!
You would like to know if she may be excused from the stand now.
Hey, yo, she making her eggs yet?
Oh, of course, dear lady. We shan't hold you up any longer. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway.
What's your thinking on this, Ryunosuke? Do you believe this burn has something to do with the case? To be honest, I'm not really sure. But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. So I was thinking I should keep digging and digging, in the hope that I might uncover something useful. Valid? Yes, you're right.
I am?
I'm so shocked. If we can just link that burn to the case. If we can do that, we might be able to prise this shutting door back open again.
Bing. Just give up, Counsel. You can possibly hope to do that. Indeed, I'm afraid that without evidence, I cannot allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture.
Really, Judge, you're not gonna stop her?
But she's a pretty British lady.
But if we had evidence that irrefutably linked the burn on the victim's wrist to the case, then you would allow it?
I would, yes.
To tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn. But as soon as you pointed it out, what I did notice was the color draining from Miss Brett's face.
Really?
I have to find some link between that burn and the case. This is the moment of truth. It's time to find some evidence that proves what that burn really means.
So then, the defense will now present its evidence to the court.
I can't think of Ace Attorney without thinking about the hot and... lukewarms are the best. I like hot showers, but I heard it's really bad for your hair. So... okay.
The evidence that demonstrates the inextricable connection between the victim's burn and the trial.
Okay, it's definitely not these things. Examine. Back. Examine. Guys? You guys see what I see? It was on the other side, but on this side... Wait! But it was on his right hand. But he wasn't the one eating. If he wasn't the one eating, why would he get a burn from the hot plate? Eh? Yeah, it's the ladies' dinner, so why is his hand... Hey, yo, present!
Yes!
What's this, counsel? Yet another print?
Yes, Your Excellency. I believe photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at a scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore.
Now hurry up, Rookie. What are you trying to say? To inconvenience this poor lady any further would really be quite inexcusable.
The plate looks like a sizzler. Yeah, it does! Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little while longer, if you don't mind, Miss Brett.
Ooh, she ain't happy about that one, Chief.
You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have that unusually shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore. What? How?
Objection!
Objection! You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. Right in this photograph, that explains the reason for the victim's burn.
Well, quite literally, the thing that looks exactly like the victim's burn. There's the detective we know and love. Exactly.
Yes.
The beef steak?
Actually, the point is the metal plate the steak was served on.
The plate? Haha! Haha! Your Excellency, are you alright?
As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I would guess it's some sort of trademark of La Carnival. Ah! This emblem on the plate. And the victim's burn are exactly the same shape! Ryonosuke, you genius! You're spot on! Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant! The detective we know and love is detecting!
But even if that's the case, we can't know if it happened on the day in question or not. It could be the day before or the day before that. It could most likely have happened any other related time. Unrelated.
I can't! Oh, this guy is such a whiny guy. Well,
Objection!
Objection! Sadly, Prosecutor Aochi, the chances of that are extremely slim. Thanks?
Why?
The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hosonaga? I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly.
I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago.
That's just how ouchie sounds, dude. I don't know.
And although it's not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn, that's for sure.
Can you be more specific, Inspector?
Well, let's see. If the plate was at around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like that would have taken around 3 seconds. It's inconceivable that the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain. I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I have not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of La Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation.
Yes!
Yes! There you have it! Something isn't right here. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain. There's no question of that.
And yet, Inspector Hosonaga never heard a professor scream. Not on that day, or any before it.
That's right. And the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either.
What are you suggesting?
Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on the plate for anything like 3 seconds that day, that would be beyond careless, I think, Counsel. Then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer, all of us would have, without any doubt, have heard him scream.
Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Aochi?
So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream?
I almost don't believe it. Ryunosuke, do you think?
Can it really be true? I never dreamt we'd arrive at a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that maybe we've been led into a terrible trap. It's a trap! There's only one explanation I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered a burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson was already deceased.
Right on the nose, Ava! He was already dead.
No man could remain silent while his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. That's clearly impossible, apart from in one particular situation. Counsel, are you suggesting? Yes, it's only possible if the man was already dead. Already? Dead? Knowing what we know now is the only possible explanation. When the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead.
Dun dun dun!
Order, please! Counsel, explain this absurd notion at once! The victim was killed by a gunshot! That's absolutely right, Your Excellency! This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student, but clearly he has no grasp of the facts!
Objection!
Objection! No, Prosecutor Aochi, it's you who has no grasp of the facts. As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered that burn while at the restaurant, this whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet? Your Excellency, the court must hear from this witness again. If it's true, as we now believe, that the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard, it's highly likely that Miss Brett knows something about it.
Incredible! I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I'm sorry to say, Miss Brett, that you will have to forget your luncheon engagement. Your
Why does he sound like a... I'm just trying to differentiate their voices, please.
The justice system in our country may be in its infancy. But rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I am prepared to pass judgment.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Do we see your face? Oh, no, we don't. I got hyped over nothing. Ayo? What was that smile? Ace Attorney is the best place to get entertainment from. Yes, of course. I mean, I'd be delighted to help. Yo, she speaks Japanese! Nihongo jozu desu ne! Excuse me? Yo, we've been played. Miss Brett pulled up her dress with poem strapped on her.
Especially if it helps relations between my country and yours. Miss Brett? You speak Japanese? Well, of course I do. I am studying in your country after all.
But then, why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now? Nihongo jozu desu indeed.
My mother...
I'm giving the wrong voices, I'm too busy laughing.
My mother tongue, the Queen's English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world. As a gentlewoman, I try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible.
Dude, bro! You can't just say that! You can't just say that!
But it seems the men in this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of English gentlewomen. So I can see that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with you all on your own level.
Diabolical, wild. I know, she's wild.
You're the epitome of true English gentlewomen. We are truly honored by this lavish consideration you so graciously afford us.
I see. In that case, Miss Brett, I will now ask you to testify in your own words about the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson. She's racist eloquently indeed. So, we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter. Things are getting interesting, Ryonosuke. The victim's death. Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burned his wrist like that. I love the music! Oh, it's so fun!
When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death beside the gunshot. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway.
She's an informed racist, the best kind! Oh god! She's wild. The most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down in Supreme Court's history. Thank you! Excuse me? The most beautiful and captivating? Bro, she just straight up said... oh my god, never mind. I can't believe it. Oh jeez. Easy does it.
I hope that is the last time I'll have to sully my lips with the coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue.
Dude, she doubles down.
Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone.
Oh yeah, a little late for that, lady.
No, it's a delight merely to hear you speak, dear lady.
Oh my god, this guy's a simp.
And it seems very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of the victim's burn is utterly irrelevant.
I will be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what has happened here today.
Minister of Justice?
She does not give a yeah, she does not care about any of them. I'm convinced death penalty. He could have been poisoned. That is true. This woman can suck.
may that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Amen.
Huh? Thanks? Was that a prayer then? Well, you have to forgive the irritation, Miss Brett, and put up with the cross-examination now. I expect that you noticed that this little bully of a student, as you put it, doesn't miss much.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, counsel, that this will be your final cross-examination in this trial. If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness testimony, I will be ruling on the case immediately. Is that clear?
Death penalty is too good for a hater of her caliber. Oi! Wakey wakey! Yes, Your Excellency.
Then you may proceed with the cross-examination.
Alright, guys. The victim's death. Okay, we're gonna press everything we see here.
Yes!
But his hand was on a searing hot plate for at least 3 whole seconds. You can't not have noticed.
Do you think so? Let me ask you something.
Sorry?
Ever since I arrived at this courtroom, and even still now, the fly on those unsightly black trousers of yours have been wide open.
Hey, yo, she's staring where? Yo, where are you looking?
You can't have not noticed, can you?
Huh? What?
Ah! Haha, what fun.
Yo, hey, yo! You hadn't realized.
The new lady is absolutely...
Why is everyone looking now? As your friend, you've embarrassed me as well as yourself, Noodle Skate. Why is everyone looking? Stop looking! Why didn't you tell me?
Dr. Wilson was a true English gentleman. He chose honorable silence over a vulgar scream. Can your tiny brains imagine such a thing? Oh yes, I think my tiny brain can!
Yes!
Oh, Jesus. Oh, this lady's funny. Well, I can't. Anyway. Oh, God. Professor and I raise our glasses and toast. That did happen, but we'll press it again. As you testified before, you were drinking carbonated water. Is that right?
Dr. Wilson was only permitted to drink water at the time, if you remember. Which explains why you ordered that drink. Correct, waiter?
Exactly as you say, sir. Although,
Oh no?
whether or not the professor actually drank any of the water when I delivered the steak to the table, I'm afraid I don't remember that. Hey, yo. Oh, why is she mad about that, though? Damn you. He chose honorable silence, bro. He's dead. For real.
I'm enough English to understand that at least. For the benefit of others in the court, it means bless you.
Oh God, ouchie, you poor individual. I think that it means the exact opposite. Anyway. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death beside the gunshot. Is that true? Post-mortem report. Cause of death. Fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma. I guess the post-mortem report does show that, but let's press her on that one. Ego chosu janai desu. I think Aochi was on something. Maybe he loves getting humiliated. Do not agree with this prosecutor, Ava. Okay, we're gonna press this. Oopsies. No, go backwards. Not forward. Back. Oh, we can't go back? Bruh. Okay. Skip. Okay. Yep. I'm just stating my observation. Okay. You know what they say though, takes one to know one. Burn tells us something. Yes. Okay, first things first, I'm going to press around everything. Yes, I tried to do that, but I skipped too fast. Please. Please, please, please. Go, go, go. Let me press her. This one.
Yes!
Yes, it's written here in the paperwork. Fatal hemorrhage from the ballistic trauma. Yes.
Luckily for all of us, a little burn on the wrist isn't going to kill us. And as there were no other signs of trauma on the victim's body to indicate some other cause of death, it could only have been a bullet from your gun that put an end to this innocent man's life.
But it doesn't make any sense. The burn must have happened straight away, when the plate was first brought to the table by the waiter. Yes, that's true. If it had been cooled even slightly, it wouldn't have been able to make a burn like that. And if the victim burned his wrist on the hot plate as soon as it was brought out from the kitchen, then he must have already been dead at that point.
Objection!
Yeah, the fact is the victim was killed by a gunshot to the chest.
The things people can be into, it scares me. It scares me too, Fleece.
If you were able to show court evidence to disprove that, this is a complete waste of time.
I concur. Prosecutor Aochi is right. Arg. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without... Yo, she's giving me a challenge and we call that poison!
Yes!
Without leaving a trace. If someone is shot, or strangled, or stabbed, or thrown from a height. However, a person's life is taken, there are always telltale traces on the body.
Quite right, dear lady. And as our police force had thoroughly examined the body of the deceased, there can be no doubt. Isn't that right, Inspector Hosonaga?
As I've said, I always aim for a flawless investigation. There would be physical traces with all of those causes of death, that's true. But maybe there's some other way of killing someone that doesn't leave a mark. If, heaven forbid, you doubt me, young man, you're going to have to tell everyone how exactly you think the professor did lose his life. I cannot speak English. Otherwise, I'm afraid your argument falls rather flat, doesn't it?
No, perish the thought! Calling such a sweet young lady's innocence into question! On my honor, I, Takasuji Oji, will cut down any who dares cast such aspersions!
A way of killing someone that leaves no trace. We need some evidence to back us up here. Yes, evidence. Get your coffee! But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't have picked up on it anyway. Ayo? Let's press that.
Yes!
Inferior? What do you mean by that? In the lands of the Great British Empire, the police store everything found at the crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you investigate once and that's the end of it. Isn't that so?
Quite right, Law Caravan is open for business as usual today, just days after the incident.
Why is he so happy? Exactly, which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction... Huh? It doesn't even occur to you. You're naive detectives to try to preserve the crime scene. I'm trying to be as tactful about this as I can. You understand? Why is Detective Hosonaga like dying?
Killer Blah, the lady is formidable as she is beautiful.
Amazing. He's actually admitting our police may be flawed. Perhaps Prosecutor Aochi is starting to see some sense. I very much doubt that. Still, there's something about what Miss Brett just said. There was a moment before when something didn't seem quite right. What do you think, Ryunosuke? Simp! She's so degrading, honestly. Sim! I think it's going terribly. No matter how much I press her, I'm not turning up any new information. Yes, as I suspected. She's a tough witness. You need to find a way to break her testimony, or the cross-examination will be over. But that would mean I have to find a way. Ow! Nonya! There must be some clue somewhere to help us find a chink in her armor. Kazuma. What, Yonosuke? There is one thing I noticed. Something that's been bothering me. I gotta work soon, so one for the road. One for the road. Okay, Nonya. We'll give you that. Thank you so much, and have a good luck at work yourself. I hope your day goes well. Yippee! Bothering you, you mean? About Miss Brett? Actually, no. Aha! That's the second one for the road! About the person standing next to her, Inspector Hosonaga. 2 for the road. The detective? Yes, he seemed to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's last statement. I was wondering if it might be significant. If it may present an opening, perhaps. I'm like not reading it. I'm like paraphrasing. Alright, I have an idea. Try pressing her on that last statement one more time. If you think so, but this time, instead of targeting the woman herself, let's see what we can get out of the detective. Alright then. I wonder what Kazuma's thinking. I'll find out soon enough, I suppose, once I press Miss Brett on her last statement again. Wellness check! Wellness check! Thank you, Fleece! Okay, sitting up. Wata! Let's bleed the detective more. He's already coughing up a storm. Aight. There we go. We're gonna present on that last statement. This one. Or was it the other one? Was it this one? Shoot.
Yes!
I think it was this one. Without leaving a trace, blood for the blood god. Okay. No, not here, not here. So I think that's the one we're going to have to present evidence at some point. But this is the one we have to press.
Yes!
Wait.
There he is. Shoot, how do I press him instead? Yes, there it is again. The detective's reaction is just the same as before. Why? Up until now, the detectives have been in the stand with Miss Brett as her interpreter. But things are very different now. For this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the Englishwoman has to say. This could be a golden opportunity. What do you mean? Maybe he's programmed to do that? When people actually are testifying, they're usually very careful not to let anything slip. However, when they're just listening to someone else speak, you find they're often left their guard down. You're right, look at him. He's lost in his own thoughts. It's time to pursue the man and his train of thought. Onwards to the train! Sorry? Pursue? I'll explain how to do it now, Ryonosuke. It's all to do with the witness marker. Oh, here comes tutorial! What marker? He has a tell! He has a tell, everybody! At the moment, we're focused on Miss Brett, who is the person actually making the current statement. But by moving the marker left and right with A and D, you can turn your attention to other people in the stand. While you're looking at the other witnesses, you'll be able to pursue them with space. If you can catch the person at the right time, you might uncover some new information to pursue. Kazuma is schizophrenic, you can see that bubble. Just like me, for real, for real. If you ever notice a strange atmosphere among the people on the stand, take a good look around. Alright then, so first I should move the marker across with A and D and focus on the detective. Then pursue him with space and see what's on his mind. Here we go. Exactly. What means... okay, D. I'm pressing D. There we go. Ah, interesting. You can see who's talking here because it has a little portrait. Okay, pursue.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Yeah. What the? What's the meaning of this? Bruh. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shock you. He really was lost in his thoughts, deeply. It looked like you were thinking something just now, Inspector. Perhaps having heard what the lady next to you had to say? He's breaking down. He's dying. No! Detective Hosonaga, no! If there's something you'd like to say, please share it with the court.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? Is the delightful English woman who's testifying at the moment? If we can't find fault with her testimony, then the cross-examination should be over immediately.
Oh, is that how it works? Absolutely not. The detective is in the stand, which makes him a valid witness. Yes, not to mention the fact that he's intimately involved with the case.
Inspector Hosonaga,
Yes?
do you have something to add in relation to the statement just made by Miss Brett?
Well, yes. If you don't mind, I would like to speak. Oh, she doesn't like that. The lady is right. Our country's police practices are not as modern as those used in Great Britain. Which is why I, Satoru Hosonaga, always strive to make every investigation I'm involved in flawless. What do you really mean by that? I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch. I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of the crime. It's preserving evidence, you see. I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief. I'm not ashamed of what I've done. A crime scene thief? Well, it looks like the lady's remarks touched a nerve there. Take this, for example. Is that... This is the bottle of carbonated water that I took to the victim's table on the day in question. And yes, it's lost all its fizz, having been opened 3 days ago now. But it was carbonated water. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, there was some left in the bottle. I can see it. Yeah, but he missed the burn mark. It's okay, he's not perfect. He's doing his best. One day, our police force will be among the best in the world. The time is coming. I guarantee it.
I can't say I condone the witness's actions, but I do understand the sentiment. The court will accept the glass bottle of water as evidence.
A carbonated water bottle has been entered into the court record.
Miss Brett, can you confirm this is indeed the bottle from which you drank on the day of the victim's death?
Yes, it was that bottle. What's that about? You seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's question.
Very well. Counsel, you may resume the cross-examination.
And the inspector will kindly control his fervor.
Ahem.
Well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory here. Here. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. And this is when we present the water, right? Let's examine it. I don't know if there's anything to be noticed, but let's observe it. I can't find anything out of place. I mean, it does look like just the ordinary glass. So this carbonated water is the last drink Dr. Wilson ever had. It looks like there's a little left in the bottle, although it's just plain water now. You know, I've been sweating so much, I'm absolutely parched. I'll just have a sip of this to keep me going. No, Ryonosuke, you can't do that. For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence. Oh no, you're right. We don't know what might be inside, do we? You never cease to amaze me, Ryonosuke. In more ways than one. Yeah, it could have been poison. I wonder, could there be anything in this water? What's the matter? You've gone quiet all of a sudden. I think I might have just worked something out. An interesting possibility. An interesting possibility. The label written in a foreign language that I don't recognize. You know what it says, Kazuma? I think it's French. This must be a very expensive water. Yes, but what does it say? That's what I was asking. Then go to France and ask. You could just say that you don't know. Okay, there's that. Let's see. I mean, this has to be the evidence, right? Could be sparkling wine.
Yes!
Ooh! What is this? The bottle of water? Actually, there is one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Poison! On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass? Order! 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 And on that day, he was sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who could possibly have done it. Giselle Bread. It was you!
Objection!
Objection! This is outrageous to suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence. You little rookie imbecile, have you ever considered the delicate situation in our country finds itself in now? Have you forgotten that we have only just signed an accord of friendship with the British Empire? Have you even a vague inkling that your rash accusations could jeopardize the whole entire treaty?
Objection!
Objection! This is not a political arena. This is a trial to determine one individual's guilt with respect to one crime.
What?
The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We are here to determine the truth. Ahem, if I may.
I will silence you forever for this disgraceful attack.
It is you who should be silent. Oh, yo!
Of course.
Where did that come from? She just snapped. I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies. I'm sorry, my lady? To what are you referring? I described your police force as inferior. But no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigated this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle, I mean, Inspector, and whether it contained a poison or not. Sin! Of course. You did? Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? I strive for a flawless investigation every time. I don't believe it. Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents. And what did you find, Inspector? I ordered tests for every toxin that's available in this country at the present time. We could find no trace of poison of any description in the bottle of carbonated water, Your Excellency. What? Are you sure? The tests were meticulously carried out by the chief coroner himself. No! No! I'm very grateful to all you Japanese.
You've successfully established my complete innocence in this horrid affair. Thank you. Of course, dear lady. The pleasure was all yours. Ours. Oops.
Uh-oh, I was so sure. This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poisoned.
Thank you, counsel. I think the cross-examination has clarified everything. As the prosecution have asserted, a shot to the chest from this gun is the only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admissions was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit.
I'm done for.
The court wishes to apologize for the great inconvenience this has caused you, Miss Brett.
Simp!
Oh no, I'm just glad the matter is resolved. Before proceeding, I must ask the counsel for the defense.
Do you have any further new evidence to present to the court at this time? Maybe it wasn't poisoned by a sedative? We might be cooked. No! Kazuma? Apollo? Like Apollo Justice Apollo? Thinking. And hello, welcome! I'm sorry, Ryonosuke. I have nothing more.
Well, if you'll excuse me now, I really must be leaving.
Oh, she's trying to skedaddle! Stop! Stop! Do not skedaddle away!
Hold it!
Who?
Please, wait.
Oh! Isn't that...
What is the meaning of this?
Hey, yo!
Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense.
Mikotoba? In my darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning. And in her hand, she carried a small package, wrapped in a furoshiki cloth. Plot twist! Ayo! Wife? Let's go, Apollo Justice, though! We love Apollo Justice. Wait, you know, low-key, I thought I would be able to finish, like, this particular case with that, but I guess not quite yet. Alrighty, let's do another save. There you go. This case is long AF. Really? Oh my god. 22nd November, 1:14 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Courtroom 2. Easily one of the longest intro cases in the series. Dang, that's wild. I mean, I guess I shouldn't complain. Though I feel like it's very obvious it was her. Though, I guess that's just my feeling. It's not like evidence.
Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why this sudden ingress in my courtroom? A judicial assistant and a woman? No.
What do you have against women? Excuse me? This guy... We're cooking this guy next. Also, I definitely thought Susato was like 20 and a woman, no less. I know, right? I thought she was like 22.
The rule states that females are not permitted in this court of law other than to testify.
I don't like postmodern. This is not okay.
Yes, I fully understand. I only asked for 5 minutes of time.
That's crazy.
I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense. You're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded.
5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more.
Your Excellency.
I am most grateful. Well, let's give him testicular torsion. Who exactly are you?
I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now.
What is it? A report about something written in English.
It's Giselle Brett's research.
The English woman's?
After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper.
Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? The nerve to show Brett respect but not Susato, literally because she's an English woman. We're breaking his knees.
I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trials myself.
Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristics of career and its effect on human subjects. Interesting.
Career? What's that?
I've never heard of this word before.
Time's up! The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I've summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it.
This is wonderful. Thank you.
Gisele's report has been entered into the court record.
Career, it must be true.
Goodbye then, and good luck.
Bye-bye, pretty lady.
You had long enough, counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer.
Unless she's imprisoned.
I asked the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but... The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency.
Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance.
Yes, I know.
Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence.
That look. That unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior.
Ah, Apollo, thank you for the follow! I can't believe I'm being followed by the real Apollo Justice. Ah! I call her a witch. Burn her! Burn! Fire!
Well, Miss Brett,
Yes, Your Excellency?
if you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid...
Oh, don't skedaddle!
It's not so very long until tea time. I have to politely decline. Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realize it was phrased as a question, however. I must ask you to treat that as an order.
Ooh, judges, he is willing to do what he gotta do for that right, you know, for the justice to prevail. We like that, we like that. That was not a request, buddy. No.
I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense.
Finally, the judge has grown some spine.
My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel, what is this new evidence that demands the court's attention?
Okay, let's take a look at Gisele's report. A poison. Poison. Made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to incapacitate their prey. Well. Special characteristics, effects, instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. Route of entry. The above-mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Practical applications. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin could application as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full body paralysis must be found first, or the patients would die of suffocation. Oh, it's a report of an unknown poison that she's Ayo. Well, we're gonna present that real quick. Yes. Miss Giselle Brett, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at Yume University during research. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison.
What? Poison? Where are you going with this, counsel?
A toxin known as Carrere, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
Objection!
Objection! What complete and utter nonsense! Career, you say? I've never even heard of it!
You wouldn't have done.
What do you mean?
I mean that you wouldn't have heard of Carrere before, for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist? Correct, which means no matter what test the police can do for toxins, they never identify Carrere. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. Ava, no! I'm not reading that out loud!
Order! 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 Council, does this deadly poison truly exist?
According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England, Carrere has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it is reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists.
To lace their arrows?
The report states that it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. I love the voice you're giving out. It's very well deserved, if I do say so myself. And it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with Carrere suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett?
Objection!
Objection! Trumpery! These aspirations are utter trumpery! To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and wailing in pain, and other things would have surely not.
Bro, he did not read the journal. It literally says he'll become paralyzed. What squirming and writhing in pain would he do if he's paralyzed?
That is true. What do you say to that, Inspector?
Oh, nobody reads. Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, it's the other way around.
What do you mean? The other way around?
The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that Carrere was used. Facts! When found poison, burned his hand, confirmed he is dead. Shoot. Yup, sounds like it. Prosecutors never read. I mean, I don't read either, but yeah. Prosecutors should read. I joined the stream to first hear the Animal Crossing voice. Because, I mean, Altia has a lot of lines.
Explain yourself, Counsel.
The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail. Respiration? In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move.
That's hideous.
To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly Carrere poison.
And you're suggesting that this bottle, Counsel, actually contains this terrifying poison?
Objection!
This is all very convenient, isn't it? Hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense.
Ahem, if I may.
Obvious facts. You think you're so clever, but you must be taught some manners.
It's you who must be taught.
Of course.
So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? What?
You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act.
Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual.
Whatever do you mean?
Oops, wrong voice. I'm giving wrong voices to people. I'm so used to giving Alchi's voice. She does voice acting with the max. No, we're not doing the mic gain to the max. Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstance of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime. She is playing this card. That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree?
Objection!
Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules.
So is murder. Ha 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 ha. What's so funny?
Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett? May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? Well, yes, I don't see, why not?
Like, what if she destroys the evidence? Hey, yo! Yo, she has the pinky raised and everything. Chug, 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 chug.
Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant island boys.
Oh! She really called us insignificant little island boys. This game was in Japanese first, guys. I wonder how, like, actual, like, Japanese people felt reading this. Oh, God. Sorry?
To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics, it's laughable, really.
Cause they're an island boy? Yeah.
But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers.
Wait, what are you doing?
No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair.
Dun dun dun. Let me have that glass. Who said the glass wasn't poisoned? No, for real. I mean, there's a reason she took the glass away. I don't know, maybe this is just too obvious for us, but it's like, duh. It wasn't the water that was poisoned, it was the glass. Why do you think she, quote unquote, took the glass in such a panic and a hurry? Because, oh my god, I'm so scared. No, clearly it was the glass that was poisoned.
Goodness. Whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned.
So, no Curer? The bottle was clean? Is that what you're saying? Like, everyone in the courtroom right now?
You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that is the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind.
Grrr.
Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency.
Oh, she really wants to keep skedaddling. Yes, Miss Brett?
I should like to be excused now, please.
Oh, stop trying to leave, lady.
I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries.
Yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with the assistance you have given. This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in the bottle. So how? How does she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it.
Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for an interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London.
The glass? I know, right? Give us the glass! There has to have been poison in the bottle. Doesn't there? But there can't have been because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Come on, Yonosuke. We have all the clues now. That bottle of water contains the... Think of it, Bender. We're the glass, please. Yes, so the water has no poison, inherently. As I thought, there is no poison in that bottle. What? Why? Ryunosuke? Isn't it obvious? If there was poison in there, she'd be dead by now. Sometimes your unadulterated naivety really astounds me. But sometimes it's in need of a good staining until it's as dark as your uniform in the ways of the world. What? Is he threatening me? Oh, is that what this color is supposed to represent? That was a guileless ending to a promising line of inquiry counsel for which you will be penalized. I was wrong? Bruh. Okay, I'm gonna start crying. This whole trial is poison. There has to have been poison in their bottle, but there can't have been. What is going on? Come on, we have all the clues now. Okay, I guess we have to say contains poison because it's like a 50-50, but like there is career poison, but not in the water. It's in the glass. It's in the glass.
Objection!
Fool, are you blind? Are you blind? There's no possible way that bottle could contain poison. Maybe we just saw. Miss Brett drinking water from it? That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. And I believe that complication can be explained. No, exactly. I can't believe I still got it wrong. Like, my line of reasoning is still well within the logic. It's just that the game wants you to respond a certain way. But like, I should not have gotten penalized there. I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be. It is, doofus. Very well, if the defense truly intends to assert this claim. And I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume this supposedly poisoned water unscathed? Where's the glass? This one. Let's examine it first. Would that be the right one? Or would it be... I think the bag with the... Right? It wasn't in the bottle, it's in the glass. It's logical, it is! Okay, we're gonna present this and I'm gonna open my window.
Yes!
I swear, if the judge is telling me that I'm wrong, I'm gonna murder him myself. I'm the defense or seriously the wretched accused is the only real source of complication in this case. What? Excuse-moi? I'm throwing a brick at him. I'm throwing a brick at him. I'm throwing a brick at everybody in this courtroom right now. Everyone gets a brick. We're throwing bricks. Okay, I'm just gonna. Bruh. If it's this picture instead, I'm gonna go cry. If the pin. Oh no, if I show the pin, they're gonna make a laughing stock out of me.
Yes!
Huh? Huh? Dear Lord, I'm gonna actually blow my brains out. What's happening? I don't wanna do this anymore. I don't wanna be the reason why. I don't wanna do this anymore. I will really take away your life. Excuse me? What? The glass behind Mr. Wilson. If it's the one... Part of me wonders if it's going to be the book. Because it says... Incapacitate. enters the body. What? I know what happened. It's just there's a specific way the game wants me to point it out, I guess. Because I already shown these two pictures of the glass. It's clearly a record of some kind of medical. I mean, I think we already looked at this the first day. Oh! Oh! Wait. I get it. Okay. I get it. So. Wait. I get it. So basically, there is poison in here. It's not the glass, guys. It is actually not the glass. What I'm thinking is this in the water? And this is super risky and stupid. But keep in mind, here it says it can only go through a wound. Technically, consuming it orally is not really through a wound. I think there's a reason they specified that the poison has to enter through a wound. But this guy, the victim, had his tooth extraction, which naturally leaves an open wound in his mouth. So I think I have to present this. Or... Oh, wait. Maybe I have to present... I either have to present the... Whatchamacallit? The book, the journal, in which it specifies it has to go through a wound, or I have to explain using the medical report card. Though I don't know which is which. Medical report card, right? I think so. Because this is something that's prevalent to him.
Yes!
I'm gonna lose my marbles. It was the... Okay, but we know what it is. It's just that this is really dorky. Like, if I was actually in the game, able to give my reasoning and explanation, we would be out of this courtroom right now. But it's because the game wants me to present it in a certain way. It's a little bit convoluted. So yeah, it's gonna be this.
Yes!
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
Objection!
Report said exactly.
That is not a valid explanation.
No?
After all... Widow speaking. That report is it.
Oh, dude, bruh! This guy needs help.
This impudent and young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency.
I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Susasa's notes.
I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You would direct us to the pertinent section, Counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to this riddle? It would be special characteristics, right? Let me double check, cause we're on one life. So, root of entry. Root of entry is what's important. So, would it be a special characteristic? This evidence means nothing because I can't read. Fair. Synopsis. So it's not that. Special character. It says special characteristics. Because the root of entry is under special characteristics. We've been hearing a lot about this Curare poison. And it's left me curious about something. Oh, Counsel?
Well, it sounds as though indigenous, oh my god, I can't speak English. Indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting.
So we've been led to believe, yes.
And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Oh! So it's okay to consume such prey that had been murdered by such poison because it will not poison humans when it's consumed orally, only when it's through a wound.
Get to the point, please.
But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison.
Good gracious, Counsel. That would be madness.
But I actually found an answer to that conundrum. In this research paper here, under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound.
Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense.
Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me though. True, like why specifically? But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When Curare enters the body through an open wound, it has a terrifying poisonous effect. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effect. I skipped too fast. Poisonous effect whatsoever. Miss Brett, you authored this research. You know Curare's special characteristics. And you knew that you can make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. You meddling little... Rapscallion! That bird's alive! Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Caca! Really? Me? A lawyer?
Objection!
Objection! All of poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But I fail to see how it's possible.
So, the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with, some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish?
It's alive!
Flaw? As even your brain has managed to deduce, Curare is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of gastric succus. Oh, yes, well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? Well, he would have because he got his wisdom teeth extracted, you bozo! Ah!
That's right!
Good gracious! That's a basic science, a science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand. No, you bozo! You're the weirdo!
Order in the court of order. The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way.
Are you trying to suggest?
Yes, the Curare poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial.
Why would it even be laced with it though? That's the real question. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey. Jeez! Yo! Bro went from like, me? A good lawyer? To like, die. He's a predator! What on earth?
Objection!
Oh! It's the start! The beginning of his lineage. He's ulting! Ryunosuke is ulting! I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead.
Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. As we now know, this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the Curare?
Well, duh. Medical report presenting. Ta-dun.
Take that!
As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor.
However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference? The toxic effects of curare are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you just had been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Ah! Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. Arg. So that's it. You use that knowledge to orchestrate this. And we're gonna scan Kazuma had a honeymoon after the trial and his lineage started there. Yo, that's a crazy turn. Is she W-ult? It's laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are also puerile. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No! I mean, it could just slip. Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. No! Oh my god! Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect as much of the water from the broken bottle as possible at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet underneath my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can thump the bench and shout as much as you'd like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there's really was poison in the bottle, or not. You. Let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course, of course! You're referring to his photographic print, I presume, later, lady? That's right, and really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So of course the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
No, you killed the victim that day, using curare. Crazy work. He's glazing. For real. And then, in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Blam! Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor and his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly! And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution stance for me is unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Ugh. Get that goose, she's hiding it there. The gun is under the goose. This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her, but now
Is she really going to get away with it? The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene. Ryunosuke, yes? We've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head.
In my head?
The goose has the gun? You told me before that your power of observation was the one thing you could really depend on. Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. So think back now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, smell. What I saw, what I felt? Every color. Is Kazuma right? Wait, what? How would there be blood? Eh? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this same scene in my head. Could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? There has to be a clue, but I'm also kind of lost. What is going on? Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. For real? Aha, you always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on then, let's wipe that smug smile off that English woman's face with some evidence. Alright, I can't wait. It's been niggling me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. It's here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been is... Oh, the blood! It's the blood, it's the blood. I get it now. Okay, so, for example, when Dr. Wilson got shot, we know he was already dead, but when he got shot, obviously there's gonna be blood. But when the blood splatters, it's not gonna go behind the victim, it's going to be in front of the victim. So this is proof, because the blood is behind him, that Dr. Wilson had to be facing the table when he first got shot, and then she had turned him around to make it look like Naruhodo is the one who shot the gun. But the fact that the blood is behind him is the truth. This is the proof, because he had to be facing the other way at the time of getting shot. Dun 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 dun!
Take that!
Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. Yes, what is it? Okay, he's 2 miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. Plot thickening! He got shot in front and turned around! Exactly. As you said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak you took to the victim's table that day.
Objection!
Wait a minute! Where are you going with this?
Where are you going with this, little boy? It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a splattering of blood. Oh, really? And what of this? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Yes. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter, which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite of the professor as you were. Giselle Brett.
I beg your pardon?
Objection!
Objection! This is beyond ridiculous! Fabricated nonsense! Is the court seriously expected to believe something the accused had apparently just remembered seeing?
Hold it!
Oh, she's sweating. She's sweating now. This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force had been leading to. Inspector, you mean? Yes, I took the plate in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice. W Inspector! Then we can find out for sure whether or not there was a blood stain on Miss Brett's plate. Let's go! We must examine it now. Cinema.
Inspector! The court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately.
I mean, okay, realistically speaking, who is to verify that Hosonaga himself didn't tamper the evidence? I guess we're just full faith that he just took it and preserved it rather than, you know, fabricating anything. And keep it far away from that. No, seriously, keep it away from this girl, please. Steak!
Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered, the steak.
Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it?
Of course there isn't.
Quickly, Inspector, the blood man! Show the court!
Of course, examine the plate at your leisure.
Eh? No blood. No blood anywhere. Wait, what? What is going on? But no, that's impossible. We're cooked. Dang it. I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate. Dude, wrong steak. What's going on, man? It keeps going. It really keeps going. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. She. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. She. Yikes, lady! Don't say that out in public. Ugh.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. In the case of this disgrace to the empire.
I believe we may finally reach a conclusion of this trial. Bro, you said this like 7 times, Mr. Judge. We're baked, fried, roasted, and steamed.
Let's hope so. This let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, that's too funny.
This sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest.
A plate of steak has been entered into the court record. Was the plate I saw or thought I saw just a figment of my imagination? This is now... This is it. I've lost. Mionosuke, it's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward no matter what. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Believe in myself? Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself.
As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of the evidence in this trial will be unnecessary.
Well, no, hold it. Hold it. Let me look at that steak, man. Let me see how it was cooked. This can be golden. Okay, there's nothing notable on the inside. Let's examine steak. Nom 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 nom. Huh? What? Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a koan coin, and the hallmark is from the Hoya era, I believe. What the heck? No, I don't mean what is it. I mean, what's it doing there? Wait, did he say it was a Hoya koban? Yes, and apart from the beet juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. Isn't that the first time? This isn't the first time the other two witnesses! I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of a bullion in a bullion. Ha, lol. And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means... Oh yeah, way to like not finish the rest of that sentence. I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. And it's from the Hoya era too. That would make it really quite valuable. It's well marinated in the juices as well, look. What, are you thinking of eating it? No, but the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's going to be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize. I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. The koban coin underneath this steak. There's only one logical explanation. Oh yeah, let's go with the logical explanation of not explaining it to me. But don't worry, they don't need to explain it to me. One in a bullion, the plot's a brick! It's a brick! This guy. Wow, look at what this guy was looking for. The owner of a rusty who was hunting for a lost Hoya era gold coin koban at the time of the incident. I presume any... Okay, I already read that part. Does the defense have any objection? Yes, we do. We have an objection. Am I gonna get me a food? This is too good. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? It did. Yes, there is another clue. Never doubt yourself. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth.
Objection!
The only thing that's been shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beef steak.
Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. Get wrecked! I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I am completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. I was gonna say I should go to bed, but we're in too deep now. Ah! It's okay, the VOD will still be uploaded. I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court to what you are alluding. Where precisely on this plate of beefsteak is the new clue to be found? Well, it's right underneath it, so... Bada bing, bada boom. Stop Huh? Okay, we already played through this, so let's see how they react. I have a concert tomorrow. It's too juicy. It's too like the steak. It's just as juicy as the steak. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go. Right here. Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. I have to present it. I can't just keep examining it. I keep like... Get her now. We're gonna get her. Don't worry. We're gonna get her. We're gonna get her. Okay. Wait, skip. You're at the wrong end of the stick. Yeah. Okay. Go. Uh-huh. The logical explanation here. Present.
Got it!
Got it. Good gracious, that's... What on earth? A Hoya era one at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? Tell me,
Why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat?
Shut up!
What a rig.
Fry up her insides. From being framed to the shooter to whatever it is now. Who knows what's going on?
What a ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part in it.
A full part of it.
Objection! I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction.
Objection!
Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen. A rare Hoei Koban just happened to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. It can't be a coincidence.
Your Excellency.
Mods make fleece a mod. We're glad to hear the mods.
Yes, Counsel?
A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now.
Objection!
Pick up steak.
Mommy, it's the letter stop. You know what I
Wait, that's actually such a peak retort though. That's actually so funny. Ah.
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant.
Even though I'm the one on trial here.
Excuse me?
The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak.
The owner?
Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it could belong to. The owner of the koban that was found underneath the beefsteak is the one and only Kyoryo Korekuta. Ulchi is doing his best, guys. Okay, world class. He's like doing the no you situation. Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and the owner of Rasute, Kyoryo Korekuta-san. Kuri as in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable.
Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside a military sergeant, correct?
Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired.
Attention, interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoya Erikoman, my praised coin.
And this whole era, Koban, do you mean to tell me?
Objection!
Objection! No, please! Why would Korekuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and his plate? It makes no sense!
Yes!
Yes! Which is why I'm asking to bring Korekuta-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him.
Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay.
What is going on? I thought this case was be over like 40 minutes ago. I can't believe we've come back round to that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this koban, we'll find that it's a key element in the case. Dun dun dun! Oh, what a crowd. Oh, the baby is back! What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize it's dinner time for the little baby idol? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves.
Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs forced to be a false witness.
The podium got longer. It really did just get longer. I can't believe it. This has gone long enough for real. Ah. Like, they don't have evidence that I actually shot the gun. And we have huge evidence, or had evidence, that she poisoned the water. But why am I still the one getting, like, reamed? And thank you, Fleece, for the water break imposter check. Damn.
And when cast from this courtroom, myself, I became a ruined man in a trance, a worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this rusty shop owner's existence.
Be that as it may, Korekuta-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your rusty memory serves, have you ever seen this KONBINI?
Yes, that's it. The one, the very one, the very exact one that is. The resplendent, splendiferous, hoary treasure that my rusted bones managed to misplace that fateful day. It can't be.
As I thought.
Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate. Yo, the knife just stabbed the soldier's foot. You're right, it did! I missed it!
Sandwich? Okay, seriously?
Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
Somebody concealed my hoary treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate. Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscionable thing?
I think we all know who did this. Excuse me, could I say something? Yes, of course. Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga. But it was the one who's supposed to be framed? Hey, yo! Maybe! I mentioned this earlier on the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Yeah, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes, I took on the job of a waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It was his coin, he was looking for it. Nearest culprit. I think... Like, look at this guy sweating his face off. Like, I think he hid the coin with the intention of taking it. But something... How did this plates of steak get mixed up, though, between his and hers? Because Miss Brett's steak definitely got swapped with his steak, because he purposely tried to hide the coin. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Korekuta-san's Koban is all too clear.
What?
I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Korekuta-san's Koban and hid it under the steak? Well, it's gonna be Iesunosa. Or a lady named Miss Brett. There's no S in that, it's Brett! Okay, sorry, soldier. Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Iesunosa.
What? How? How dare you? You monster!
Monster?
I saw that Koban, did I? I'm the master thief at La Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me! It was Ido! Ido was the mastermind behind all the...
He's blaming his baby. He's blaming this child. Look at this fit. What is going on? Are we just going after the English lady for killing a man? Why are we going after a guy for theft? And why is he accusing his baby? Bad father, bad father.
You'd push the blame for your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. Uma Musume? In my great ace attorney? What is going on? The baby's saluting too! What is going on?
Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Ieyasu Nosa preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir.
I'm crying. Oh my god. What is going on? Why is he shoving his baby down?
Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe?
I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remained in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes.
All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son.
That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant?
The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days, I go there and do some reconnaissance to a target. And I enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time.
It sounds like he doesn't even bother with a knife and fork even, which is worryingly believable. Is this a Kojima game? I'm so freaking lost! And your target that day was an old man and his koban?
Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped a coin into my pocket without any trouble at all.
A veritable phantom thief you are.
I was all set up to leave the steak I was halfway through devouring when it happened.
Bang! Yes, when the professor was shot.
I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I would be finished. I do too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could. On the double. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date.
Are you going so well, but the plot pulled out of the driveway halfway through? It really did. This is ridiculous. Perhaps you can carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time. Oh, she's still trying to skedaddle. Well, Miss Brett?
Oh, of course, young lady, of course. Have fun of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. May the esteemed gentlewoman please excuse your excellency?
Indeed.
The theft of the koban was clearly perpetrated by this maybe a saddle sergeant, who certainly appeared to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder. Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Nonsense, is it?
Well, oof.
And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense, it's pure madness. Very well, now that all the questions concerning the witness's testimony has been answered. Why the victim's plate? Tampered with the evidence? This has the... what train are we even on? I see no further justification for just detaining her. Bro, stop! Don't let her go. Miss Brett, you are free to leave. Oh, stop it. Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. Do we not forget that she just dropped the bottle? Is everyone just gonna, like, not acknowledge the fact she destroyed a piece of evidence and they're just like, okay, bye! And good day. What the heck is going on? The face! Look at his face! Oh god, his face is too funny. Why are they still on about the steak? A dude died. We're gonna ignore the fact the dude is alive. Renosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming. Oh, no, it's just something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somehow. Somewhere, something didn't quite add up. If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard. Sorry? You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over. What is going on? I have no idea. What is going on? Hold on, wait! Miss Brett! What is it now? I'm afraid, just one last time, there's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Objection!
Objection! What new student nonsense is this? Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke? What parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke? I didn't see anything. Before you go, Miss Brett, can I have your number? Simp! Hiding a coin under a lump of meat, the sheer nonsense of an idea astounds me. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a fork and knife, it is beyond nonsense, it's pure madness. Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction. Oh! Oh my god, it clicked! Oh, okay, everybody, look at this, okay? So if you look at his steak, I mean, obviously it looks pretty different from the steak that the dude is showing here, right? But if you look at this steak, look at how it was eaten. This is a steak. I mean, it's very obvious with the koban that this was the sergeant's steak and not the victim's. But I mean, look at how it's been bitten. It's been like gnawed at. This has like teeth marks. Look at this, teeth marks. This has not been done with a knife and fork. And she herself claimed, you know, like what madness this is. Which means she used a knife and fork. Which means this is not her steak. Which is why there is no blood stain. Dun dun dun! Sora figured it out, I'm gonna need to see the evidence, counsel. You're right, sir. If Miss Brett's words are truly contradictory, where is the evidence to prove it? The evidence is right here in the steak, though I don't know if that's this particular evidence they want me to prove. So I'm a little worried it's gonna be wrong, even though I know what they're trying to ask. So I'm gonna save real quick. Let me save real quick, just in case. Because I know what the contradiction is. I just don't know if it's the right piece of evidence to present, because it's been kind of screwing me over. I hate the plot twist. The steak that Miss Brett has been eating before the professor was killed. Yes, go on. More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed. Yeah, you're not splitting hairs. Ooh. Not true. Doesn't something about this steak strike you as very unnatural? Unnatural? What on earth do you mean? It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett. Notice what exactly, Counsel? Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without a knife and fork. Unfortunate, she's a refined English gentlewoman herself. So you're telling me that this sergeant's mannerisms of eating a steak is going to be what gets her the guilty verdict? Like, that is the turning tail evidence, is the fact that he doesn't use a knife and fork? Like, what if it was anybody else who used a knife and fork? Are we just screwed? Oh my god. Then take a good look at the steak. In particular, the edge where it's been eaten. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there. Oh. It looks like Miss Brett has realized something. Only an ace attorney for real! So, if the witness as she claims wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all!
Objection!
Objection! But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenously hungry and couldn't help her.
Haha, she's sweating. I'm gonna crash out. Oh god, please no.
Whatever you say, dear lady.
Simp! As I say, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer.
Of course. This will be all over in the blink of an eye. Rest irritating little spectacle samurai relic. Of course.
What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? Feathers. Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks in the steak have for her. Muranosuke, you know where you're going with this. Throw a brick at him, oh my god! Yes, now at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks in a steak that had allegedly been eaten with a cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I know I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. You know, if Hosonaga-san picked up all the evidence, doesn't he have like the sergeant's plate too? He mentioned that earlier, right? Like way earlier, like he picked up everybody's plates. Why didn't he just present all of the plates? Because even if it was like, hey, this is the sergeant's plate and he had the blood splatter, like then maybe the sergeant can be accused, right? And it will still get me off the hook. Like, what the heck? The music goes hard. It does go hard. That is the sergeant. Oh yeah, no, I mean, in quotation marks, sergeant's plate, aka Brett's plate. Except that these teeth marks on the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us? Everything, Your Excellency.
Everything?
Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that would prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson. Ha! Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of that phrase. Typical Japanese empathy threats. Yikes! How can you be so sure? Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought out before the court yet.
Hasn't been? What?
But just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
Objection!
Yeah, way to prolong a trial, Ronsuke.
This is absurd! The trial has run several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be performed?
That's what I'm saying. For once, I'm agreeing with Aochi, dude.
That can't be! I don't believe you have it!
Objection!
I don't, but there is someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. Oh, Hosonaga-san, please. And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case. People need to sleep. For real. Very well, I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. Hosonaga, please clutch. Who possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth about this whole affair? Satoru Hosonaga-san. Da-da-da-da. Present.
Take that!
The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga. What? I have it? Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's ridiculous. No, I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention had been focused on the steak with the teeth marks. Yes. Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak, and as well as admitting to stealing Korekuta-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak.
You watch it, cadet. I'm a superior officer.
Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the steak that you put the coin under, in fact, your own steak?
And Sean? Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it. EST bros suffering together for real? In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal.
Objection!
That makes no sense! That plate was taken from the victim's table!
Objection!
Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor does she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire. Well then,
How do you explain this paradox? Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that Sergeant switched the two stakes over?
Well, after it happened, when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my stake and hid the coin underneath it. But when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. With my military precision and timing, I switched my stake with the one on the foreign lady's table. Bro!
What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing.
It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done.
Or a class.
However, fear not, Prosecutor-san.
What now?
I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform. That's all I did, sir.
That's pretty, Sergeant.
Yes!
So if Sergeant Nosa switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Congratulations, Sergeant Nosa, you are a dumbass. Indeed! Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. Exactly! AKA, reality, Miss Brett's steak. That to preserve evidence, you had taken both. Oh, she is not happy. That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot.
Shut up!
What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat, it can't have the slightest bearing on the case.
Objection!
No, you're not wriggling your way out of this time, lady. Out of it this time, lady. I beg your pardon? Cinema! Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why the steak pan promises to prove such a problem for you, no? You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me. The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. Just thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of that plate was on the table, directly behind Dr. Wilson. There was a clear splattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. World Class getting personally attacked with a steak. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Yes, let the Eastern Time people sleep. Present the beef steak and the plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. For justice! Ha ha ha! Yes, sir! For justice! You can already see the red. Sorry for keeping you. Here is the other steak and its plate. Please feel free to examine it. Dun dun dun! The bloodstain. It's clearly visible, look!
Yes!
Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhiro-san to have shot the victim. Ah! There's only one person who could have possibly shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right, Miss Giselle Brett. It's you! The goose died. Outdone by a Japanese? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy? No, no, no! Where are the chicks coming from? Oh my god! Oh. What is going on? What is happening? There are birds everywhere! I'm crying! Oh god, oh, Jesus Christ. She's crashing out, guys. Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for our English gentlewoman. Forgive me. Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time. Gladly, Your Excellency. Dude, there's another testimony? It was I who took the professor's life using Curare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water. Because Curare is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water, and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose? Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. I happened to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of Curare in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt. Brother! Under your skirt? So I was right. There were two guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which he had presumably placed on the floor. Place where you were sure that I would notice it. For a spur of the moment plan, it was pretty damn... It was good until it wasn't. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up... Bang! That's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point, he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around.
Because of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he picked up the gun. Might try Ava, no!
So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor.
The misdemeanor?
Your Excellency? Yes? I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later? I shall call on you. Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san.
She's not getting arrested? Or apprehended?
What? You will see. This trial has finally run its course, thank God. I presume the prosecution is in agreement. This can't be! Professor Geology does not lose! Not to the likes of this rookie student!
You'd better start getting used to tough opposition. What? Yes?
This insult to the Archie family name will never be forgotten!
You've become a conceited with age, Council, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Bruh. 1,000 millennia may pass, and still, the Aochi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. Yo, keep that weapon away, for real.
This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case.
I thank you, Your Excellency.
The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is modern methodology. I can't speak English anymore. It's been 3 hours, guys. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its door to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice. A new future of law awaits, but what will it look like? I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue.
We are all freaking losing. We're all losing it, honestly.
Kazuma Asogi.
Yes.
After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can. Absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you.
I understand, Your Excellency. What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Never mind.
As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Oh, yes?
In you, I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onward.
Thank you, Your Excellency. As if I wasn't just being tried for being a murderer.
It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo,
not guilty.
Pachi, 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 pachi. Look at look at Aochi. Pachi, 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 pachi. Yippee! It's over. We won every angle. I am not guilty. This court is now adjourned.
Bonk. Yeah, I'm heading to. This case is BS. Kazuma Ryunosuke just got married. Hey yo. 22nd November, 2:46 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendants Antechamber 5. can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. Ryunosuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma. Ha 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 ha. No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. Oh, good night, every angle. Good night, world class. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on University Street. Don't forget. Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off. Oh, it's her. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. Ah, our trusty jujutsu assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know. Oh no, I didn't do any. Thank you so much! If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susaso Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Oh, Mikotoba, same last name as the professor. Get out of... Speaking of Mikotoba. Ah, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. I still forget what voice I gave him. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you, after all. Your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. I think you gave him a high-pitched? Oh dear lord. Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensics, medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson? Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together? I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asogi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world in science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. Why isn't he grieving? He's happy his boy is going to Britain. I swear on this, the spirit of the Asogi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that's in my way. Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. Yeah, but his friends just die. Well, is there logic here, really? That reminds me what's happened to the woman. To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Ah, yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit after all. She will be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai. What? Shanghai? Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that. What? Why not? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Oh, it's this guy. Inspector Hosonaga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must congratulate... But what's all this about? Consular jurisdiction? We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then, who? Who's going to bring her to justice? The British consular court will hear her case, somewhere far away, where our voices can't be heard. But why a consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts was a thing of the past now that we signed a friendship treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then so long this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that. It's done on the soil of Japan. Exactly, the crime was committed here. Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student, but that doesn't justify our governments making a secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan. I'm afraid that's for the young student.
today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her.
I don't believe it. The British government Foreign Affairs Ministry have demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously.
Damn, I wish I could be like, no you don't, Ava.
But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil, this new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves.
Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it.
Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink.
But Professor, you're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start by having some fun.
Okay.
In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? Too soon, man, too soon.
As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink.
You're a detective, Hosonaga-san, aren't you?
Ahem.
Let's not worry about the details for now.
To La Carnival, will you accompany us, Professor?
Of course, La Carnival's food is second to none.
Yippee! Drinking! I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release.
Oh yes, thank you. But Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Watch Mikotoba be the next victim. Oh dear, don't jinx it! Kazuma.
Yes?
Oh, wrong voice. Yes, Ryunosuke? I just wanted to say thanks again. That's all. You really saved my skin today. Ha 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 ha. I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. I'm not so sure about that. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you were the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. What? Come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. For being a defense lawyer, I mean. Oh no, not me. All that tense verbal combat, I never want to go through that ever again. I did what you told me to do. That's all. Because I knew I could trust you. Oh, good night, Fleece. I also just saw your message. Have a good night. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean? That's the point. Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No, the ability to believe. To believe? To believe what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in, and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, you can really be backed into a corner. Being able to remain faithful to what you chose to believe in even then, well, that's not something anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your client. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stop believing in me. Well, you face seemingly hopeless situations time and time again, but you never stop looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it, through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me. Thanks, Kazuma. Why does he look sad? There's something I want to ask you, actually. Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. Oh yeah? Is it, will you marry me? Love, exactly! It sounds serious. What is... you're still here, are you? Bruh. Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget. Ah, yes, that too. Damn it, go away, Hosonaga, they were gonna kiss! For real. So my very first trial came to an end. Oh god, Ava, don't bring up that case! Kazuma. Professor Mikotoba. Masato-san, who acted as my assistant. Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. It was because of the help and support of these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. We did get married. Life-changing marriage. The end. Yippee! Wow, that trial took so much longer. No, I didn't say that one! Oh! So very awkward, thank you so much for the follow! Hello, hello! No, we're not talking about that. Okay. So we don't want to start the next episode because we're actually quite well into this episode. But that's that. Here is the first case completed. We got the not guilty verdict. That took far longer than I anticipated. Episode 1 was so good. I also didn't anticipate so many of those, like, plot twists. Like, there was so many. Oh, P4NY. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh. Where are all y'all coming from? Right at the end of the case. It was wild. Can't wait for the marriage episode. Oh, right. That's what the next episode is, right? Select adventure. Is that why the second episode is called The Unbreakable Speckled Band? Is that like the wedding band? The Unbreakable Wedding Band? Oh my god, Ryunosuke and Kazuma marriage? Oh jeez. Anyways, we will call that episode there. Nah, that's the Titanic. Oh, that's crazy. Anyways, that was fun. Okay, so I know technically it's the end in the sense that, like, I don't plan on playing another episode like right now. It'll come for a later stream. But while I still have everyone here, I do kind of want to do something like this. Cause my voice is as warmed up as it could be, right? Cause I've been yapping for like 3 hours. So there's this one song that was stuck in my head. So I was thinking maybe I could sing a little bit of it because it was stuck in my head. Yippee! Yippee! Okay, let me see. I don't know which instrumental versions there are. Oh, there's this. Okay, let me see. There we go. Let me install this and let me drink some water. I've been seeing a lot of shorts of singing Golden. Oh yeah, no. I need to practice more for that particular song, honestly. Let me actually change my title and my category so people aren't getting misled. Done. And we can do it after the ad break is over, so. Plus, it's saying stream info updated successfully, so it won't let me change the title. Please. X. There we go. Plus karaoke. There you go. Made me think you probably made it. I did not, Ava, please. That song was being covered ages ago. But that song is actually really tough. Anyways, speaking of the song that I was thinking of, do you guys know Lily Pichu by chance? There's this one song that kind of been stuck in my head a bit. I think since I've been like kind of you know, I guess moody basically is what it is. I've been moody. So I've been thinking about that one song called Dreamy Night. So I'll just like sing a little snippet. I love offline TV. Yeah, they're so funny. Okay, let me think. What's the pitch again? 1 a.m. Okay. Let's see. I might miss the timing, by the way. Let's see. Oh wait, that's too loud. That's way too loud. Sorry, everybody. Here, let me fix that. Okay, there we go. 1 a.m. Eyes closed, I'm slowly falling to the music and the atmosphere. Now and then, I feel lights fading softly all over me, and I remember last year when I was alone in my bed with all these thoughts in my head and living silently inside. It's so late in the night, my mind is drifting away. What's the pitch again? Then I dream about times I wished for a new, happier day. If a hand could reach out right now and save my life somehow, I'll face the sun again as soon as this dreary night ends. Oh god, I'm bad at rapping. Don't wanna go down like this. My head's in a place that I don't miss. So ugly, so grumpy. Sleeping in the meantime, just stay comfy. Once everything's said and done, I know I'll be okay, I will overcome. I'm hoping, I'm coping, I'm here. I remember last year when I was alone in my bed, unhappy thoughts in my head, and living silently inside. Just keeping all to myself. Wished I could be somewhere else. Back when I could only hide. It's so late in the night. My mind is drifting away. That's the wrong. And I dream about times I wished for a new, happier day. If a hand could reach out right now and save my life somehow, I'll face the sun again as soon as this dreary night ends. Yeah, sorry, I forget how the song goes. It was literally just like that part of the chorus that was kind of just stuck in my head for a bit. I was just thinking about it. So yeah. There is that. What are some other dreary songs I was kind of thinking of? I don't know if you saw him at Offcut. Oh, so I actually missed the opportunity to see him, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. I'm sure I'll see him another time in another Offkai event or another whatchamacallit. Convention. Oh my god, my brain is actually on like low battery. So yeah, there's that song that was kind of stuck in my head. And then, was there any other songs? Kinda. There's always something stuck in my head. It's just a matter of like which song. That was a long loading. I was doing my best to remember. Let me see. I kind of want to sing something before it gets too late because it's still like 9:30. So I like to say I have like about 20 minutes or 10 minutes. Oh, there's always this song that I've sang before, but the last time I tried to sing it and I made a short of it, it was like, hey, not allowed. Nimi's getting married IRL. Seriously? What? Congratulations! I didn't hear about that. Dang. Oh, that's so sweet. Can I find a random song? Oh, there's this one song I like. I think I sang it before. Do I want to do this? Gotta go ready for work. Thank you for the stream. Ah, no, thank you so much for showing up and thank you so much for the follow. I look forward to seeing you around. If you choose to stick around. If you don't, that's fine as well. But hope you have a good day at work. What's a song? What's a song? You know what? Because we're in a sad mood, we're gonna go with Shoujo Rei. I know I've sang it before, but we're gonna go with Shoujo Rei. Cause sad times. Anyways, this will be the last one. Not sad, more like melancholy. Or kind of like just a bit down.「炎が狂い始める」「追い詰められた20日ネズミ」「今絶望の淵に立って」「踏切へと飛び出した」「そう君は友達」「僕の手を掴めよ」「そう君は一人さ」「居場所なんてないだろう」「二人きりこのまま」愛し合えるさ繰り返すフラッシュバックセミの声二度とは帰らぬ君永遠にちぎれてくお揃いのキーホルダー夏が消し去った白い肌の少女に悲しいほど取りつかれてしまいたいBum bum ba-da-da-da-dum. Yippee! Anyways, I will see everybody tomorrow for... I don't remember. Is it Baldur's Gate tomorrow? I feel like it might be Baldur's Gate tomorrow. Oh no, not Baldur's Gate tomorrow. That's on Thursday. Tomorrow we're gonna go with Go. I'm thinking maybe I'll make it like a /Go/ like Uma Musume stream, but that is still yet to be decided. So we will see. It's our first time going back on Go, and the biggest reason is that it has a new update. So there's like new customization, furniture, rooms, stuff like that. So it might be time to revamp. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, as usual. Every angle here is so precious and so great for me. So I'm very happy and appreciative of everybody here. And until tomorrow, the next one. So, yippee! Okay, bye-bye, everybody. See ya! Otsu!